Today, I want to share a general concept that we use in functional medicine to restore health and remove dysfunction. I want you to know why we're doing what we're doing within our program. I also want you to recognize what's happening during the course of your care if you are currently under care here. Hippocrates was called the father of modern medicine, and he said all disease begins in the gut. And the gut is like the hub of a wheel. If you think about the round hub, it has spokes that go to other areas in the wheel. In the same respect, the gut is the hub of the wheel where your body's concerned. It affects your immune system. It affects the endocrine system, which is really important. That includes your adrenal glands. The most common symptoms of adrenal issues are chronic or long-term fatigue, muscle weakness, loss of appetite, weight loss, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, low blood pressure, fainting, irritability and depression, joint pain, craving salty foods, hypoglycemia or low blood sugar, irregular or no menstrual period, and loss of interest in sex. Your endocrine system also includes the thyroid gland. And if the thyroid is hypofunctioning, not functioning the way it should, symptoms could be fatigue, increased sensitivity to cold, constipation, dry skin, weight gain, puffy face, hoarseness, mental sluggishness, or muscle weakness. Then your parathyroid as well as your pituitary are endocrine glands. So the symptoms of hypopituitarism might be stomach pain, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, constipation, excessive thirst and urination, fatigue or weakness, anemia, not having enough red blood cells, headache and dizziness, sensitivity to cold, weight loss or weight gain, muscle aches. So you see how important these are to someone struggling with a chronic condition. The gut also has spokes that reach your brain, and there's a definite link between your gut and your emotions. Even conditions like schizophrenia and bipolar have been linked to gastrointestinal dysfunction. So we think about it, let's call them 5 R's. So we're looking at remove, restore, repair, reinoculate, and relax. So when we consider remove, we want to remove anything and everything that causes a negative effect on the body. So eliminating all processed foods or food-like products loaded with chemicals is vital. Use only whole foods, but even certain whole foods can affect you negatively in many ways. One of the ways is called acidification, which can lead to diarrhea, osteoporosis, mucus formation, which causes congestion and runny nose, constipation, immune response, skin issues, inflammation, and a myriad of other expressions of food sensitivities. It's also important to remove the chemicals from other sources. Another key aspect is removing the harmful bacteria from your gastrointestinal system. This way, you can starve the bad bacteria when you get your diet right, allowing the good ones to thrive and, of course, survive. Some effects of bad bacteria are autoimmune problems like thyroid issues, rheumatoid arthritis, type 1 diabetes, digestive issues such as irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, diarrhea, heartburn, or bloating, sleep issues, rashes, skin rashes, and allergies, sugar cravings, unexplained fatigue and sluggishness, which is one of the biggest complaints I hear, unexplained mood disorders such as depression or anxiety, unexplained weight gain or weight loss. So when we think about the remove stage, we also have to consider underlying issues like mold exposure. Are you living in a home, or have you lived in a home that had flooded and there's mold everywhere? Environmental toxins, heavy metals, underlying viral infections, undiagnosed autoimmune diseases like Hashimoto's thyroiditis or rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Sjogren's, MS, and many others. A lot of people that have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia have several of these things, sometimes a half a dozen. So we have to also consider genetic conditions like Merther's mutation. This makes it harder on the body to detoxify. So it's extremely important that we minimize toxic exposure from the environment as well as foods. People suffer from chronic conditions, or people suffering from chronic conditions rarely have one thing wrong with them. There are normally multiple layers of dysfunction that pile up on an individual to make functioning as a normal human being next to impossible. So when we say remove, we really need to look outside the box and consider things that other physicians don't. And what makes this personalized medicine is that everyone has something different to remove. So whether you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome, or maybe you're undiagnosed, in other words, not everyone has heavy metal toxicity. Some do. Although it's very common, not everyone has yeast overgrowth. You are aware that most people don't have the Merthyr gene mutation. So there are different strategies for the removal, but they all involve the same body systems. In other words, the body detoxifies the same way in every individual, although some need more help than others. So the removal process is really a big step that involves more than the gastrointestinal system. Then we think about restore. As you remove the obstacles that are preventing you from looking and feeling your best, you need to also restore whatever's lacking. Antioxidants are important to buffer the surge of free radicals that occur initially when the body starts detoxifying. Important as well is the presence and availability of the proper nutrients. These nutrients that are needed for the biotransformation and detoxification reactions in the liver and elsewhere. And then the third R is repair. Your body has an innate ability to heal itself and is constantly trying to repair whatever damage it suffers. So there are two main reasons the body can't repair. It's often due to obstacles like toxic molecules or trigger foods that interfere with these processes, and things such as specific nutrient deficiencies. So when you remove the obstacles and you provide what's lacking, everything falls into place because you turn it over to the intelligence of your body, and repair happens seamlessly, not overnight, but it is a process. So healing begins, but healing has to continue. Now, when I say removing obstacles, it's usually a combination of simple things like food sensitivities, fungal overgrowth, bacterial dysbiosis, pathogenic bacteria, parasites, hidden viral infections, unknown autoimmune diseases, heavy metal toxicity, environmental toxins. The list is quite extensive. The advanced laboratory testing is really helpful in discovering these underlying and often hidden issues. So in functional medicine, we understand the importance of empowering the body to reach its full healing potential. And then the fourth R is reinoculate. A wealth of evidence suggests that good bacteria in our gut, in the right places and in the right correct ratios between species, is vital to our well-being, affecting your weight, your chances of being obese, becoming diabetic, or having your immune system attack your own cells. Remember, that's an autoimmune disease. The bacteria in your gut have far-reaching consequences well beyond where they live in your body. So they feed on what you feed yourself. When the good bacteria are fueled by natural, well-balanced diets, they thrive and they in turn help the body in ways that we're not yet fully aware of. These good bacteria, however, die when fed a highly processed food-like product, or even real food that's laced with or enhanced by preservatives. So these chemicals are put in foods to prevent the bacteria from growing and spoiling it, completely disregarding the fact that they will also spoil your intestinal flora. So the unnatural way in which we eat ends up changing our intestines in a negative way, creating a condition known as dysbiosis. This is a major contributor to hyperpermeability or leaky gut syndrome, which is at the very root of many of today's chronic diseases. Certain herbs can help not only in reducing the bad bacteria, but also in selectively feeding the good ones, repopulating the intestines with the right bacteria in the optimal ratios. If it's in your reach, using probiotics will definitely accelerate the beneficial bacteria reinoculation. And of course, we use that within our program. And then the fifth R is relax. Functional medicine teaches the importance of the mind-body connection. It promotes the use of many tools like biofeedback, meditation, movement, fun activities, and vacation time. So many people are intimidated by the word meditation, but for us as believers, if you are a believer, it could be prayer, meditating the scriptures. There's a lot of misconception there, but this practice can be very simple, can be short, and can be done at any time of the day, and it really helps. So I hope that this gives you an idea of what we're doing and why we're doing it. Now, if you're part of the program, or thinking about being part of the program, I think this would be insightful. But you know that time, once we get this started, is the necessary component because your body, although it's healing every day, it's moving towards healing as we walk through this process. It is, in fact, a process, but you are getting better a little at a time until finally health is restored. So if you're not part of our program here and would like to be, well, you reach out to me. Our information is in the description. You're welcome to call our clinic, set up a complimentary consultation. I also have a metabolic assessment form that's available in the description. But if you're watching this on YouTube, please like it and subscribe because it'll help other people that are struggling get the information that they need to turn their lives around. Thanks so much, guys. God bless you and have a great day.
If you are struggling with a chronic condition and would like more information, feel free to visit www.birminghamfunctionalmedicine.com. You are also welcome to set up a phone or Zoom consultation with Dr. Dailey at www.talktodrd.com.